Hello, welcome to Michelle Sews Again. I'm Michelle. Today I'm going to share with you my final wrap up of the amazing month of September, where we all participated in the hashtag So Purple to End ALZ 22 challenge. And I can't wait to share with you all of the results. So if that sounds interesting to you, then please stay tuned. Okay, so you can see here that I'm in a different environment. I'm not in my apartment. As most of you might know, I was in Fort Myers during Hurricane Ian. Thank goodness I am safe. Hercules is safe. My husband was in Philadelphia. Our apartment did not sustain any major damage. And we were without power, water, Wi-Fi and all that, but compared to how the coastal areas did, I'm like super grateful. And I just want to say thank you so much to all of those of you that reached out and expressed concern about us. And it's just, the sewing community is just amazing. It really, it was really heartwarming to know how many people were concerned about me and Jen and Carmen and Trish. And I know that we're all super grateful for all of your concern. So thank you from the bottom of my heart. I really, really appreciate that. So now to get into the wrap up for the So Purple to End ALZ 22 challenge. I can't even begin to tell you how it meant so much to me, how many people participated, how many people shared their personal stories. I think that part was the most, I felt that the most in my heart because I know how all of you feel. And I appreciate you sharing your stories and helping to spread the word and to get it out there that it's not as simple as people forgetting who they are, where they are, things that happened yesterday. It's just such a devastating disease. People lose all sense of who they are. They no longer have control, like depending on how the disease progresses, and it's a little bit different with everybody. You know, as I mentioned in my intro, my dad became an angry person and he'd never been angry in his life. There were motor functions that stopped working. He was not, his last year and a half, he couldn't communicate with us at all anymore. In the beginning, when it first started to decline, there was gibberish mixed in with his language, and then it became all gibberish, and then it just stopped. There's just so much more to it. And I am so grateful to all of those of you that shared your stories, and thank you. To all of my collaborators, thank you. I knew that what I was taking on was a little cuckoo to have a different collaboration almost every day of the month. And all of you that I reached out to were like in there. You were right there and said, yes, I'm in. And some of you had personal stories and some of you didn't. It didn't matter. You were all right there with me and spreading the word and making it a fun challenge. So even though it's a somber topic, we made the challenge fun, and I'm grateful for that. And then finally, I'm so bad at this kind of stuff, so bear with me. Thank you to all of you that donated to research, whether it was to my father's memorial page or you donated to a local chapter that's near you if you're in a different country, or even if you're in the US and you've got a local chapter that you want to support. It doesn't matter to me where the money goes as long as it goes to ALZ and helping to reduce the symptoms and hopefully one day helping to find a cure. So thank you to everybody who participated in the challenge, got the word out, got donations in, and I'm going to give you some stats in a minute. All right, so let me talk a little bit about the highlights of the challenge. So there were 385 posts with the hashtag So Purple to End ALZ22. So out of the 385 posts, I went through every single one of them and I weeded out the ones that were really truly whips. We had asked to use the hashtag with WIP at the end. Not everybody did that, not a problem. I also went through and pulled out those that were mine because I use the hashtag quite a bit. So yeah, so I pulled out anything that was a whip and I pulled out anything that was mine. And I pulled out anything that was a duplicate because there were a handful that had posted and then posted again and it was the exact same item. So I narrowed those down. So out of the 385 posts on Instagram, there were actually 303 entries. Amazing. Last year we had 80. This year we had 303. You guys are fantastic. I am so grateful. So as I promised in the intro video, for every entry, I'm donating $1 to ALZ Research. So that means I'm donating $303. I am looking into my company because they do some matching. I need to look into their rules, but I'm hoping that I can get them to match my donation of the 303. So keep your fingers crossed. I will update you on that once I find out whether or not this falls under their allowed matching. So that means I'm donating 303. So I am using the same tribute page that I used last year. And at the beginning of this year's challenge, there was about $550 in that donation, in that tribute page. As of yesterday, which we're past September 30th, there was $2,000.86. So we, as a group, you guys donated $1,500 this year. $1,450. But let's round it off to 1,500. And then I'm gonna add 300 on top of that. So we're looking at an $1,800 donation drive this year in September. It far exceeded my expectations and I'm really grateful. Out of the entries, sorry, I'm gonna try and stop that. All right, so out of the entries, out of the 303 entries, we had 2 people that had over 20 entries each. And I thought that was fascinating. So I know her name from her Instagram page is Mandy, but her handle is paperpanda68. She had 27 entries. They were all like accessory type things like key fobs and notebook covers and sachets and coasters and things like that. They were so adorable. Some embroidery things were done, beautiful, cute little items. So make sure and go and check out at paperpanda68 and see all of her purple makes. And the other one with over 20 was, I don't see her name on her Instagram page, so I don't know what her name is, or his, but the handle on this Instagram account is em_mac_1. And this person had 22 entries with quite a few of them, if not all of them, I can't remember, were Project Dress-A-Girl entries. So that's pretty freaking awesome too. Out of the 303 entries, there were 104 Project Dress-A-Girl entries. That made my heart sing. I love it so much that people were combining these challenges and supporting all those beautiful little girls that are in need and supporting my friend Mari and her exceptional endeavor this year. And she was able to inspire all of the sewing community to make over 2,300 dresses. Go and check out her channel. Go and check out her post on the recap. I got chills. It was freaking amazing. Thank you, Mari, for hosting that and for inspiring everybody. It is just freaking amazing. And so thank you to those of you that combined the two and entered my challenge by making a little girl's dress. I want to thank all of my collaborators. They're my heart. Each and every one of them are amazing. I hope that you've checked them all out. I'm gonna list them all by first name. I'm gonna just read them off the list so I don't forget anybody. There was Angie and Adam and Angela, Christine, Carmen, Ruan, Rochelle, Sara, Robyn, Trish, Jen, Mari, Yvette, Cherie, Megan, Stephanie, Talisha, Myra, Marty, Joe, Sherry, Chris, April, Emma, Andra, Adele, Fatmata, Carol, and Becky. Thank you all so very much. Thank you. I really am shocked that I was able to complete as many of the collaborations as I was. I intended to complete every single one of them, and I was gonna finish those last two. I had them cut out. They were both quick sews. They were gonna be done, filmed, and edited by Thursday, and then my friend Ian came along. I should have sewn them Tuesday night, and I didn't. And then so I was gonna sew and edit and film on Wednesday, and he headed our way instead of passing us by and going to Tampa like he was supposed to, which, you know, I don't wish him on Tampa either. Lots of lovely people there. But so that means I didn't finish my cross chest color block t-shirt that I was gonna make in collaboration with Carol from So Carol. Go and check out her video. Her t-shirt came out so cute. And I didn't get to finish my my seamwork Marlowe top that I was gonna make in collaboration with Becky from Go So Beautiful. Her top came out adorable. I do have both of those projects cut out. I did not bring them with me. I'm in Philadelphia. I left Fort Myers. There was no power, there was no water, there was no Wi-Fi. I needed to get back to work. So I came to Philly to spend my husband's last 6 weeks in this assignment. So I'm gonna be here. I drove up, Hercules and I drove up. And so I didn't bring my sewing stuff with me. I was going up and down 4 flights of stairs, and I had to pack the essentials. And by the time I was done with that, I didn't have the energy. And I thought, you know what? I can make it 6 weeks without sewing. That's not true. I'll give you an update on that tomorrow in Friday Sews. Anyway, so I won't be able to finish those 2 garments until I get back home, which will be the middle to end of November, but I will finish them. So those are my collaborations. I'll tell you, I thought about it like, did I learn anything new through these collaborations? Luckily for me, the majority of the collaborations were projects that were really pretty easy and straightforward, but yet I got something out of them that I loved. So I didn't learn a whole lot new. The collaborations had been any more involved, I probably wouldn't have gotten as many done as I did. So it's kind of twofold. I wish I would have had something more to learn, but I also wouldn't have been able to complete as many as I had. However, with that said, I did learn a couple of new things. With my project with Adam, we made cargo shorts, and I had never done a fly front before. I used a new look pattern that Carol from So Carol had recommended. She'd made them for her husband. And I gotta tell you, I have not heard great things about the big 4, and I don't know, I guess commercial, because new look, I don't know if I would really consider them big 4, right? But they are commercial. I haven't heard great things about commercial sewing pattern instructions. Not all indie pattern instructions are all that great either. However, these were great. The fly front instructions for these pants, I had no trouble. I didn't stumble at all. There was one part where I felt like a dot was in the wrong place on the pattern, so I made an adjustment there. But other than that, it was easy. I was impressed. The other thing that I learned is I learned how to, and I figured it out on my own because it was logical. The bag that I made, the tote bag that I made with Chris, April, and Sherry, the pattern did not come with instructions for lining the bag. I wanted it lined, so I just figured it out. Like I said, it wasn't difficult. You just it was a simple tote bag, so it was easy, but it's also something I'd never done. So I was proud of that. I have learned, I already knew that I had narrow sloping shoulders. It has never bothered me when my shoulder seams don't hit at the top of my shoulders. If they hit lower, I don't care. I don't think it's because I'm used to it. I don't know. It's never bothered me. However, I did have one garment where that was an issue, and I said I didn't care, but at the same time, my sleeves were too tight. And somebody mentioned that if the shoulder seam was in the right place, the sleeve would probably fit. I had never considered that before. And I had a handful of other garments that after I made them, the shoulder seam was hanging down and it was causing other issues. So it's one thing if the shoulder seam is down and there's no other issues, that is not going to bother me. I know for the purists out there, it makes you want to pull your hair out. It doesn't bother me. Everybody's got their thing. That's not my thing. But if it will fix other fit issues, then it's something I need to consider. So as I have more time to sew, now that the craziness of September is over, I am going to, on my very next project, I am committed to making adjustments to fit for my narrow sloping shoulders. Stay tuned. All right. I have a slew of projects that I need to fix out of what I made in September. So I just want to talk you through that. So my husband's cargo shorts, when he tried them on, they had a lot of excess material in the crotch area. So like, I don't know if the rise was too long or what, but there was something, they looked funky. Like, I don't know if the legs were too wide. I don't know. They fit him in the waist. They fit him in the hips, but the crotch and I don't know, they fit funny there. So I need to finish that, and I never did put his button on. So I need to do that. The Ankara jumpsuit that I made in collaboration with Rochelle from Rochelle Handmade Designs, I love that. I think it's adorable, but I didn't hem the shorts. I was trying to I did all the hard part. I just need to hem the shorts, and I think I need to hem the sleeves, but I'm not 100% sure on that. And while I'm at it, I'm probably gonna look at maybe doing the narrow shoulder adjustment. The 8640 that I made in collaboration with Jen from Today in Jen's Sewing Room, because we all know that's her favorite pattern. And I was pleasantly surprised that once I zhuzhed myself up, I actually liked the way that it looked on me. But that one, I need to do a narrow shoulder adjustment. The Basharl jacket that I made in collaboration with Megan from Megan G Makes, I just need to finish the hem. Other than that, that one's great. The hoodie dress that I made in collaboration with Stephanie from Stephanie Farrell Focus, it was her hoodie dress design, and I just didn't hem it yet. I'm still trying to decide if I want to leave it dress length or if I want to hem it to tunic length. I'll be honest, I'm leaning toward tunic length. So stay tuned for that. The Mimi G shirt, the oversized, the purple striped shirt that I made in collaboration with Talisha from Creativity by T. I need to hem that. And I'm trying to decide if I'm gonna put buttons and buttonholes on it. I kind of like it as a duster. So I might not ever even add the buttons. We'll just see. I'm gonna hem it. If I think that I might wear it as a dress, then I'll add the buttons, obviously. If I think I'm only ever gonna wear it as a duster, I might not bother. I have the raglan tee that I made in collaboration with Myra from Myra Lorraine. She's Myra Lorraine on YouTube and Myra Lorraine Official on Instagram. So we made a raglan tee. I love that thing, but I didn't hem it. And yet I've still worn it several times since I made it. It's one of the shirts that I drove up to Philly in. So I do love that shirt, but I do need to hem it. My wax canvas bag that I made and I love, I need to fix the D-rings. So the little loops that I made to put the D-rings in. The D-rings are kind of flipping around. You guys had some great suggestions on what I could do to make adjustments there. And I'm leaning between, one person suggested just using some pliers and taking the D-ring off and just hooking the guitar strap straight onto those loops. I love that idea. Another person suggested taking the loops, folding them down inside the bag and top stitching them so that there's just a little bit of the loop. And so that brings the, and that would hold the D-ring in place and make it closer to the bag. And I like that idea too. So I'll do one of those two options for the waxed canvas bag. Other than that, I love the bag. Already used it. I used it to carry some of my supplies from Fort Myers to Philly. My steel pinafore that I made in collaboration with Emma from So Do It Emma, it just has a little fit issue right at the bust. It's not major, but I think I need to do, I don't know, can you go back and do an FBA after you've made something? I need to do something because the sides of it stick out. So I need to do something. I'm not sure if it's an FBA, but I need to make an adjustment there. The Molly jacket that I made for my sister-in-law, and I made that in collaboration with Fatmata from TIMA by FK. And all I have left to do on that is to add the bias tape to the sleeves and to add snaps to the front. And I'm gonna do that while I'm here in Philly, and I'll fill you in on that tomorrow in Friday Sews. And then obviously I need to finish my last two collaborations with Carol and Becky. So yeah, that's everything I have left to do. Okay, are you ready to hear who the winners of the prizes are? Let's jump into it. So these are in no particular order, and I used a random prize generator on my phone to, actually did it on my computer because I had the list of names in an Excel document. If you had more than one entry, your name was on there more than one time, so it gave you that many more opportunities to be picked. So as I mentioned, there were 303 entries, I believe. So as I mentioned, there were 303 entries from 147 people. So you can see that a lot of people did multiple entries, which I think is a lot of fun. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to read the prize and the Instagram handle of the winner. And what I'm going to ask you to do is, if you are watching this and you're one of the winners, send me a direct message in Instagram with your name and your email address, because the majority of these are PDFs, so we just need to email them to you. A couple of things will require a physical address, and for those I will reach out to you directly. But I am going to also reach out to everybody on Instagram and through instant messaging or direct messaging and let you know that you won and get your email address. And I'm going to post all the winners on Instagram as well. So very exciting. Here we go. All right. The first prize is a PDF download from Itch to Stitch. And that winner is Legal RN 22. And this person had multiple entries. I believe she was the third top entry. I don't have it in front of me, but yeah, I believe she was the third top entry behind Paper Panda and MAC1. So thank you, Legal RN 22. And congratulations on your prize. I have 3 PDFs to give away from Style Arc. The first one is going to MAC1, who gave us 22 entries. And so I will be in touch with you and you will get 1 PDF download from Style Arc. The second Style Arc download goes to Amy Ma 7, AMYMA7. Congratulations. The third Style Arc pattern goes to Christine.sewing. And you get a free PDF download from Style Arc. So thank you for your entry. This next one is super special. It is a free PDF download for Stephanie Farrell's Hoodie dress, and she's also giving a $25 gift card. I forget what fabric store it's to, but it's to a fabric store so you can buy some fabric to make your dress. And the winner of this one is Callie Carpa 1. So congratulations, Callie Carpa. The next prize is another really special one, and it is a beautiful pouch that was made by Adam from Adam Sews. And that one is one I will need a physical address for. And this one goes to Paper Panda 68, which I believe her name is Mandy. She is the one that had the most entries for the contest. She had 27 entries. So congratulations, Mandy, on winning Adam's beautiful bag. The next prize is ice dyed fabric from Moi. And I will be honest, this one is going to be late because I am not going to be able to do any ice dyeing here in my hotel room. So I won't be able to make this piece of fabric until I get back to my apartment in the middle of November. But I promise you I will make it and send it to you as soon as I'm able to. The winner of the ice dyed fabric is Hoosier.handmade. Hoosier.handmade. So congratulations to you. There are two $25 vouchers from Rebecca Page. The first Rebecca Page $25 voucher goes to Lorraine Brown 9397. Lorraine also had several entries, so congratulations, Lorraine. The second Rebecca Page $25 gift card goes to Mrs. Mac Made. Congratulations, Mrs. Mac. The next prize is a PDF pattern from Helen's Closet, and that prize goes to Anglo Mist. She also had several entries, 6 or 7 in that neighborhood. So congratulations to you. The next prize is a PDF download from Friday Pattern Company, and that goes to Graham to Colt and Jack. And Graham to Colt and Jack had several entries also. Many Project Dress a Girl dresses, if I recall. And then the final prize is a $10 coupon for PDF plotting. So once you put your order in, you can take $10 off, and that goes to Carmen.Salome4. Congratulations, Carmen. So I'm super excited that I was able to provide all these prizes. I want to thank all of my sponsors for providing these prizes. I think that it's a very generous thing for companies to do to help get involved in projects like this. I also want to thank Lansdowne Patterns. If you're not already following them on Instagram, then please go and check them out. She reached out to me. It's an indie pattern designer company based in the UK. And she reached out to me when she first saw that the challenge was being started at the beginning of September and asked if I would mind if she offered to donate a portion of the proceeds from the sale of her patterns for the month to ALZ Research. Now, there's some kind of thing where you can't donate between countries or it costs an exorbitant amount to be able to do that. And I told her that to please donate to an ALZ organization within the UK to avoid all of that, because it doesn't matter where the money goes as long as it's being funded, it's funding research for Alzheimer's. And she donated 30% of the proceeds of her sales of her patterns for, I believe, the entire month of September. So please go and support her business. She's a small indie business, and I just think that that's an amazing thing that she did. I would also like to thank Frost's Cottage Fabrics. I'll make sure I put that below in case I skipped an S, but they donated 10% They donated 10% of all sales to Alzheimer's during the month of September in support of the Sew Purple to End ALZ challenge. So thank you so much to them as well. I'm so grateful that people like from around the world have kind of jumped in on this bandwagon and are helping to support the cause. It's just very special. So I would love to know if you've been following along with the challenge. Do you have a favorite out of everything that I've made? Is there one thing that sticks out to you that's a favorite? Let me know. I'd love to hear your thoughts. Is there anything that you think you would like if I made a little bit of a change? Let me know that too. I can take it. I would love to know if you discovered any new sewing vloggers through this challenge. And if so, is there one that really resonated or really you felt like you connected to that is like a new favorite for you? I would love to hear that as well. So thank you again so much for joining in the challenge, for following along the challenge, for spreading the word, for just cheering me on. It meant so much to me. And I am going to be back to a slower posting cadence coming up here in October. And I am going to do Friday sews tomorrow so I can fill you in a little bit on things outside of the challenge. So wherever you are, I hope the weather's amazing. I hope you're able to get some sewing in, and I will talk to you later. Bye.